I have this funny little puzzle I've been thinking about with my neighbor. I never actually talked to him,
Okay.
but I'm trying to figure out why he only mows his lawn on certain days. And all I have to go on is his trash bin. If it's full, he's home. If it's empty, he's away.
Right, so that's your observable data.
Exactly. But I have this theory that the real reason is just whether he feels good or bad that day. And that state, his health, is totally hidden from me. So how can I figure out the unseen cause just by looking at the evidence?
That's a perfect analogy. That exact challenge, inferring a hidden truth from indirect, sometimes noisy observations. That's precisely what we're diving into today with Hidden Markov Models, or HMMs.
So the goal here is to really understand the algorithms that can take all that uncertainty and turn it into something, well, more certain.
It is, and the genius of HMMs comes from this one really elegant assumption that the current hidden state, your neighbor feeling good today, only depends on the state right before it. So how he felt yesterday.
The Markov property.
That's the one. And that simple constraint is what makes this all possible. Without it, the calculations would just be computationally explosive, impossible.
But because of that property, we can use these really efficient methods.
Exactly. We can use dynamic programming, which cuts the complexity from, like, exponential time down to linear, which is just a huge deal.
And that efficiency lets HMMs solve three really core problems. The first is, I guess, the simplest, just figuring out the probability of seeing a certain sequence of events.
Right. But the other two are where things get really interesting. Let's start with what's called smoothing.
Smoothing, okay.
Imagine you want to know the probability your neighbor felt good on, say, Tuesday. But you want to use all the data you collected for the entire week to make that guess.
Wait, so what I saw on Friday can help me figure out what happened back on Tuesday? That seems backwards.
It feels like it, doesn't it? But that's what the forward-backward algorithm does. It runs one pass forward in time, collecting evidence from the past.
Okay, that part makes sense.
And then it does a second pass, but backwards, from the future. It incorporates everything that happened later.
Yeah.
When you combine those two perspectives, you get this incredibly powerful, smoothed probability for what was really going on in the middle of the week.
So smoothing gives you the likely possibilities. But what if you need to know the single most likely story? What actually happened?
And that's the third problem, finding the most likely path. It's often called the Viterbi path.
The Viterbi path, okay.
Think of a doctor. A patient says they felt normal, then cold, then dizzy. The Viterbi algorithm would find the single most probable sequence of health states, maybe healthy fever, that would produce those exact symptoms. It decodes the whole sequence.
So that's the key to decoding. But hold on, for any of this to work, the model has to already know the rules, right? Like the probability of going from healthy to sick.
Exactly. And that's the learning challenge. Because the states are hidden, you can't just count them. You have to estimate. And that gets, pretty complex.
Well, why is that so hard? I mean, why not just look at the data?
Because the link between the hidden state and what you see is probabilistic. It's not one-to-one. So for that, we turn to the Baum-Welch algorithm. It's a specific type of what's called an expectation maximization, or EM, algorithm. It's like a detective that starts with a hunch, refines its theory based on new evidence, and just keeps iterating again and again until it settles on the set of parameters that best explains everything you saw.
It's amazing how much complex machinery is under the hood for these AI systems. And, building them isn't trivial.
Not at all. It requires some serious expertise.
Which actually reminds me, this deep dive is sponsored by Embercell.
That's right.
If you need expert help with AI training, automation, or just figuring out where AI agents could make the biggest impact for your business, especially with complex data needs like we've been discussing, Embersilk has the focused knowledge to help. Check them out at embersilk.com for all your AI needs.
And these models, HMMs, they aren't just theory. They're absolutely foundational to so many breakthroughs. I mean, one of the earliest big wins was in speech recognition.
Oh, right, where the acoustic sound is the observation.
And the hidden text is the sequence you're trying to find.
Exactly.
And the impact in science has been just incredible. I was reading about bioinformatics.
A total game changer. HMMs completely revolutionized gene finding. Tools like Glimmer and GenScan started hitting accuracy rates over 90%.
Wow.
Which let scientists map out gene structures in massive amounts of genomic data faster and more accurately than ever before.
And it's not just biology. I saw they're even used in cryptanalysis.
Oh, yeah. They're vital for pulling a clear signal out of a noisy channel, or automatically figuring out the internal states of a complex algorithm. In almost any field with sequential data, they help us turn confusion into clarity.
It really is inspiring to think that a simple idea like guessing the weather led to these mathematical tools that let us decode the hidden patterns of reality itself. Our ability to model the invisible is just driving so much progress, from our own biology to machine intelligence.
If you enjoyed learning about these incredible algorithms, please subscribe to the show. Hey, leave us a 5-star review if you can. It really does help get the word out. Thanks for tuning in.